Ever since the introduction of jump pads and shooters, an FPS that offered greater freedom of flight was inevitable. LawBreakers feels like one such result. There's a moderate learning curve to maneuvering and surviving in air and within the myriad anti-gravity spheres of the game's arenas. When you do manage to adapt to sniping on the fly or boosting down a corridor with strategic purpose, the resulting outcomes can feel sublime, even if you rarely receive the post-match MVP award. Even with the possibility of vertical movement, FPS maps are wasted if there aren't adequate weapons and abilities to play with. LawBreakers addresses this challenge through intelligible diversity in the armaments and specialties spread across its 9 classes. There's a reasonable assortment of advanced finesse fighters, beginner-friendly gateway classes, and well-rounded combatants who are useful in any map mode combination. Even after about 100 matches, it was pleasing to see that no one class stood out as dominant, which is a credit to developer Boss Key's thoughtfulness in honing these characters. And learning how to optimize a role based on your team makeup, map, and mode is part of the fun, which is perpetuated by the welcome ability to change your classes mid-match. While LawBreakers isn't the type of shooter that awards skill-boosting gear as you level up, discovering additional gameplay depth after getting the hang of flying becomes its own reward. Advanced players will feel a sense of accomplishment learning which tactics and attacks work best against specific classes, provided you can actually tell which class you're dueling against. The near-balanced mix of wide-open spaces and confining passages in all of LawBreakers' maps present a wealth of combat scenarios. That includes turning the tables on the predator-prey dynamic, or using the environment to gain a tactical advantage. As with any shooter map, time is the only factor preventing you from committing every turn, shortcut, and hiding spot to memory. A common reward for knowing the layout well is the palpable gratification of taking a battery or ball from the center of the map to your goal in less than 5 seconds in the overcharge and blitzball modes. This map memory learning curve wouldn't be as steep if not for all the time you spend running into locked doors and crossing invisible boundaries picking away at your health. The map's other shortcoming is the environmental art style, where futuristic panels, displays, and corridors can't mask the arena's uninspired visuals. This richness in functionality and lack of memorable visuals also applies to LawBreakers' ensemble cast. Their designs support the notion that high detail does not equate to pleasing aesthetics. You only need to look to the class selection screen to see the fighting game influence, where a large and culturally diverse group exude personality, hungry for a fight. Yet despite their array of outfits and confidence-oozing body language, this group largely lacks the magnetic charisma that inspires loyalty and discussion of favorite characters in real life. It's a testament to the combative appeal of LawBreakers that it's not unusual to engage in brief, isolated duels. Whether a player's motivation is to distract an opponent from the objective, or the bloodlust of notching another kill, it's a shame that there is no deathmatch or team deathmatch mode to add variety to a suite of match types centered around delivering items to goals or dominating territory. LawBreakers delivers dopamine hits beyond the arena through post-match score tallies and letter grading. Continuous play also begets higher player profile levels, which yields LawBreakers' cosmetic customization reward, stash crates. Capitalizing on the anticipation-driven appeal of random card packs, these loot boxes reinforce LawBreakers' replayability. Given the unique demands of anti-gravity gameplay, the comprehensive yet concise tutorials effectively onboard new users, which makes their puzzling omission from the PS4 version disappointing. And the fact that you're given currency for participating in the tutorials only twists the knife. To further affirm the PC version as the preferred platform, We also experienced post-match glitches that forced us to relaunch the game from time to time on PS4. One sign of any worthwhile team-based shooter is the level of accessibility where everyone feels that they can contribute no matter their playstyle, and LawBreakers succeeds in this manner.
Zone spawn.
Hey, come get a pick-me-up!
And while the lack of deathmatch is a lost opportunity, its sufficient playlist of modes offers a viable outlet to flaunt your kill-death ratio, even if it's at the expense of team success. What counts is that its fresh, anti-gravity mechanics transcends its first-glance novel appeal and creates limitless combat situations that will be new and inviting to many shooter fans.
Gonna light you up!
Upgrade strong. Triple kill.